Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Monday Morning Musings with Steve Crosby, yours truly. We are moving from the Old Testament scriptures to the New Testament scriptures on this topic. Before we get into the little bit of detail that we're going to, I want to lay out just a general roadmap for where we're going to go, because we are going to compare Plato's doctrine to what is found in the New Testament. So there are some terms that we're going to use, and I want to present them here to you. We're going to use these terms in our discussion and what each of them mean and how they're used. They're suke, or sometimes psyche, and that's some Greek nuance. I don't want to get into the details of that. I'm just going to call it suke and just let it lie. We're going to hear about the term pneuma. We're going to hear about the term zoe. We're going to hear about the term soma. We're going to hear about the term sarx. And just to make it interesting, Paul uses it 7 different ways. That makes reading his epistles rather challenging. And then we're going to spend just a little bit of time on heart, mind, conscience, and the inner man, the psychological elements of a human being. We're going to look at each of the Gospels, emphasizing on how each Gospel writer uses the word suke, and we're going to see 100% unanimity against Plato's point of view and against the view of most modern Christians. And then we're also going to spend just a little bit of time on explaining the term the eternal life. And then we're going to shift over and talk about what I would call Pauline psychology. And because Paul he takes his Jewish worldview and he adapts it and it changes it and adds some things in the light of the resurrection of Jesus. And the gospel authors do that all the time. Paul does it all the time. And so we're going to look at psyche or suke from Paul's point of view. We're going to look at how Paul uses pneuma. We're going to look at how Paul uses zoe. We're going to look at how Paul uses soma and sarx, and also a little bit of heart, mind, and that sort of thing. So that's the roadmap that we're going to use and try to drive home and the idea that when the scriptures use the term, it is not using the concepts that Plato was using. And you might say I'm overemphasizing this. That could be because I'm trying to make the point, because it is so prevalent everywhere, including your neighbor and the person sitting next to you in church who thinks their soul is going to heaven when they die. It's Platonic, not biblical. All right, so that's just a little introduction, little roadmap, so you know where we're going. I'll see you in the next episode.